Hello and welcome. My name is Courtney Miracle and I'm so glad that you are here. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview of what mindfulness and macros is, okay? So I'm not gonna tell you my whole story, but brief overview. I was anorexic, I was bulimic, I had disordered eating for 25 plus years, okay? I went on a deep dive into more of the psychology and the emotionality of food about 8 years ago, and it completely transformed my life, okay? So what I want you to understand is that most people come to us. I also own a gym. My husband and I own a gym. So they come to us and they say, just tell me what to do, right? That doesn't work, right? And inherently, we probably all know, and you know, that diets don't work, right? Like, think about this. How many diets have you been on and how many have actually been successful? Okay. And I've asked this to hundreds and hundreds of clients over the last 20 years of working with clients. And often the answer is, well, this one did for a while, right? And the problem is that we don't want to teach you something that can work for a while. But the goal of this workshop is to first start with this base layer of understanding how we think about food, the mindfulness around food, the emotionality around food, okay? Because if you really let yourself stop and think, you understand that food is more than just fuel, right? There's behaviors that go with it. There's so many other things that when we try to put rules and we put rules and restriction, we're eventually going to fail, okay? So inside of this workshop, it's going to be different than probably most things you've ever heard, okay? What my goal is, what our goal in this workshop is to first help you get a base understanding of what does food mean to you? What are your human needs? What does your body physically need? And understand that you're a whole being, right? Like, you're not just this nutrition or this physical body, but understanding how this all works, okay? I'm also a breathwork facilitator, and I believe that breathwork and meditation for so many of you is the answer to get you to actually make the physical changes that you desire and let them be easy, let them be a long-term thing, a long-term success and not just a short-term success, okay? So what we're gonna learn is this base layer of how do we become mindful of our food? How do we understand emotional eating? Because yes, we all emotionally eat, right? And that's okay, but we need to understand when it happens, why it happens, and what can we do so that it happens less and so that we don't beat ourselves up when it does happen, okay? And then after that, we will dive into the science of macros, right? I hate calorie counting. It's worthless. It's just like terrible accounting. We'll go deep into why, like how the manufacturers, the calories aren't even, there's like a 20% range that, that the food can supposedly have. Calories don't take into account how your body actually works. It's just a terrible accounting system, okay? So what I love about macronutrients is it creates awareness, okay? So you start to understand, what am I putting in my body? How does my body use it? What are my goals? And then ultimately, is what I'm doing serving my physical body, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna layer these two pieces. We're gonna start first with the mindfulness and the emotionality. We'll do some breath work, okay? And then we'll get into the understanding of what are macros? How do they serve you? Why do you need them? How do you use them, right? And I want you guys to understand that with learning macros, for me, it is a short-term learning process. You can learn how much protein does my body need if I'm trying to build muscle, how many carbohydrates, when, why, and understand really the physiology of your body, but also what's going on outside of that, okay? So then you can use this for a short amount of time. I don't want you to carry around a scale forever. That's not what I want for you. But I've done macros myself after both of my kids. We've worked with hundreds of clients on this. The thing about macros is it starts to help you really see, what am I doing, right? If we can't measure it, we can't change it. And so we talk to so many people that are like, well, I eat pretty well, but what does that mean, right? So I want you to start to see, am I getting enough protein? Am I getting enough vegetables? What is the quality, not just the quantity, okay? So this workshop will be life-changing. It'll be about 2 hours. We're gonna go in depth with you guys. I also, if you haven't downloaded the free Shifting Your Health Guide, you can grab that. We're going to have a workbook inside the webinar. There'll be time for question and answers. You'll be able to understand exactly what you need and have a really good grasp of what's going on outside of just the food. Okay, so you no longer have to have rules. Diets suck. We're not going to teach you to diet. We're going to get you out of the dieting industry. We're going to help you find food freedom and really continue to take 1% steps so that this year can be the best year of your life. So I hope that you'll join us. If you can't come live, you will get access to the replay. You can always ask questions. We're happy to answer questions outside of that workshop. If you do want to have a one-on-one call with us to really dive into where you are, what your situation is, feel free to book that call as well. We can't wait to see you, and I look forward to meeting you.